Good morning. Today with me we have Irshad, Arina and Najwa to discuss important issues that how public toilet in Malaysia can be improved. The phrase disgusting is quite often heard when it comes to public toilets in Malaysia. Sometimes we usually think two times before using it. And also public toilet in Malaysia have really bad reputations and still the level of awareness among the users at still at low rate. So I would say that we need to conduct the regularly supervision. The reason is they can keep an eye to maintain the cleanness of the public toilets in Malaysia. The toilet that can be conducted by two supervisors to check it regularly and also can make report if there is something broken or clogged in the toilets. As examples, one supervisor in the morning and also at the afternoon. So if this keep going on, so it can help to maintain the cleanness of our public toilet in Malaysia. So how about you, Irshad?
For me,
Sorry, Irshad, but may I interrupt?
oh sure.
Okay. So Anis, I am still confused on how can conducting regular supervisions will improve the cleanliness of a toilet. Because nowadays, I think almost all public toilet is still considered unclean. When these supervisors, they do not play their role at all. So Anis, what do you think about it?
Yes, I know that what you telling me is true, Arina. As we all know that one of the human natural behavior that hard to change. However, if the supervisor really thinks it's their job, so they must fulfill it by checking the toilet regularly. And also, the leader or manager can take action by cutting their salary to avoid this unwanted situation.
Okay, thank you for your explanation. You can continue, Irshad.
Okay. For me, the way to improve public toilets is the government should impose compound on people who vandalize public toilets. So they will be more careful of public toilets. This will go smoothly if people take care of public toilets and the government does their job. In addition, the compound charge must be affordable, such as not too expensive or not too cheap. For example, if the item that damaged by public costs RM 3,000, then the compound that will be charged is RM 3,500 or something else, something like this.
You could be right, but perhaps you should consider on how people sometimes making excuse to pay the compound. So can you give further explanation on how to overcome it?
I'm sorry, can you repeat your question?
Oh, yeah, sure. You could be right, but perhaps you should consider on some people that don't want and have many excuses to pay the compound. So can you give further explanation on how to overcome it?
For the people don't want to pay the compound, something will happen to them, such as they will be penalized or penalty. Do you know what is penalty?
Yes.
If you don't know what is penalty, the penalty is a fee imposed on us and determined by the court. If people refuse to pay the penalty, the court will impose imprisonment. So you will go to the jail.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, may I share my idea?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. So firstly, I slightly disagree with Anis that conducting supervision regularly will improve public toilets, as it isn't promising that these supervisors are all responsible. And for Irshad's idea for composing compound, I agree and it will definitely work out. But if the management takes action to the individual who doesn't take cleanliness seriously. So moving on with the discussion, I think improving the designs of the toilet is also one of all ways to improve them. Okay, some people think that designs of a toilet doesn't really matter because yes, it's just a toilet, so why should it be well designed? So firstly, as we know for sure, well-designed toilets are comfortable to use. Improving designs doesn't mean the toilet must be all pretty. It should be carefully planned, even though it's just called a public toilet. So for example, the material of a cubicle divider also is one of the crucial parts when it comes to improving designs. It shall not be made out of non-waterproof material because it will likely get damped and create an unpleasant smell, and this will contribute to the uncleanliness of a toilet. So, is that clear?
I'm sorry for
Yes.
interrupting, but can you explain what do you mean why it doesn't have to be pretty? Can you explain it details?
Okay, so thank you for asking. Well, improving designs of a toilet doesn't mean it has to be turned into a five-star toilet, which is so-called to be pretty. What I mean by that, it is how the toilet is built itself. For example, a toilet, it must be well ventilated by using exhaust fans. So, moreover, the toilet shall have bigger tiles for the flooring to make the cleaning process easier. So, what I said earlier, if a toilet doesn't have this criteria, even if it's pretty, it won't help to improve the cleanliness of a public toilet. Is that clear?
Oh yes, now I understand. Thanks for clarifying.
Okay.
I also agree with Arina by improving the design help to improve our public toilet in Malaysia. We can take Japan country as exemplary, that country that well known as their marvel technological innovation as well as their public toilets too. They have integrated toilets with squid water to clean your private parts. They use water efficiently and deodorize the air so the toilet smells really good. And what the most attractive things about the public toilets in Japan, they have one machines that play the music when we in the toilets, and also all the toilet is very customizable and controlled by the electronic buttons next to our seat.
Oh yes, I heard about that before. That's true. And what about you, Najwa? Can you share what have you come up?
Okay, thank you for giving me a chance to speak. So after I hear what Arina's point, I am sorry, but I have to partially agree with some of your points. But I do agree that uncleanliness of public toilet is because of poorly designed, and we actually have to improve the quality of the toilet itself, such as the door, the cubicle, and of course the seat of the toilet. But did you guys think, even though the local government improved the facilities of public toilets, that there will be some irresponsible users that are not educated on treating public property well? And that is my point, which is education is one of the factors that can improve our cleanliness of public toilet in Malaysia. For example, children that are come from poor families had no idea how to use the toilet in the right way. So they might do some inappropriate things like unflush the toilet, or either just throw the toilet papers on the floor, or even just urinate on the floor. As a result, when they do not aware on how to use the toilet properly in their homes, they will also do the same things in the public toilets, because the number one education is come from parents and home. So what do you guys think about education? Is it important to improve our public toilet?
In my opinion, education is very important because without education, people will not appreciate and taking care of public toilets. This is because they will know the advantage of taking care of public toilets. At the same time, parents also play an important role in educating their children in maintaining public toilets.
So you all agree that education is the best way to improve our public toilets in Malaysia?
Yes.
Yes.
So we can conclude that the best way public toilets can be improved by education, since we all agree with this way. So by education, we can change the mind of many people in our country to be emphasized and increase their level of awareness why it's important to maintain the cleanness of the public Malaysia. We can use variety methods on how to educate people by broadcasting on the social media or television about what the effect we're gonna face if we do not maintain the cleanness, as we expose more to diseases that are maybe dangerous to our health. Other than that, the point that Irshad and Najwa said just now, family and also parents play important role to teach their children since young to use the toilet properly, and as the learning habit is the best in the early age. So before we end these discussions, if there's anything you guys want to add?
Oh yes, I have something to add. In fact, I want to add some fact that Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has said that he was embarrassed by the dirty and smelly state of public toilets in the country, which he added reflects the perceived responsibility of Malaysians. To sum it up, dirty public toilets can be cleaned up through education rather than using money alone.
Yes, I also agree with you. So thank you guys for your contribution in this discussion.
You're welcome.
Welcome.